Okay, so hi everyone. Good evening. I think I'm audible and visible to all of you. So we are going to start a class in like 1-2 minute at max. Yeah. Okay, so I'm audible and visible. Fine. Chitranjay is saying last time was really tough. Okay. And that's the reason. So we used to take assignments, right? It is supposed to be tough. Very, very tough. What will be a topic for today? Sunil is asking. Okay, so topic what we were discussing in last week. Any idea? Anyone? Anyone who is like a regular inside a class? For loop, exactly. Yeah. So, and what we are going to discuss today? Not function. So we'll try to see a couple of more loop example. Then we'll try to see some of the loop example with respect to while loop. Then we'll try to see like again some sort of a loop operation, but in a little bit different way, and that's called as comprehension basically. So list comprehension kind of a things we'll try to see, and then we will start with the function part. So I think function will try to start by tomorrow, not today. Yeah, so we have to like discuss a lot before that. Okay, fine guys. So I believe all of us are here. So let's start with the class. Yeah, shall we start, guys? Iterator, iterable differences. Yeah, so many concepts actually. So many concepts we have to discuss before jumping into the next chapter. So let me share my screen. I believe my screen is visible to all of you, and let me open up my VS Code. Okay, so let's go and create a folder inside a VS Code for loop Python AIML. Okay, so this will be a folder for today. Close everything and then new file for loop dot ipynb. Fine. And then select some kernels. Okay, so 1 plus 1. Okay, it's working. Fine, guys. So let's start. So in my last class, I was talking about actually a for loop, and we have seen that loop is going to help you out in terms of extracting a data, right? One by one, so you all can extract a data. Maybe from a list you can extract a data, maybe from a string you can extract a characters or whatever data that you have in between a quotes, and then you will be able to extract a data with respect to a tuples, and even with respect to a set, and even with respect to a dictionary. So we have seen basically like a basic of, I can say, a for loop. Now, so in my today's class, what I will do, so I'll try to discuss a little bit about a pattern printing with respect to a for loop. So generally, people who are into a college day, people who are into a college, still in a college, so they used to see this kind of example a lot, because in college life, so we used to see this kind of a patterns even in exams, right? People, even in a semester exam, so people used to ask. So we'll try to understand a couple of like pattern printing again with the help of for loop, and then we'll jump into a while loop, and then so on, like we'll keep on talking about many more things. So here, first of all, let's start with a very, very basic one. So let's suppose if I have to print maybe 1 to 5, right? So 1 to 5 kind of a things if we have to print. So how we can print? So we all know that we have a range function, and range function is nothing but it is going to generate a data, right? So we can try to give a lower bound over here. We can try to give a upper bound over here. So it will start from the lower bound, go till upper bound, and excluding upper bound, it will try to produce a data for me. Fine. So this is something that we have already discussed. And if we have to see the data, if we have to check the data, we can check it in this particular manner. Yeah. So this is going to range function is going to produce a data. So it behaves like a generator, right? It behaves like a generator, a data generator for me. And again, in a reverse order, I will be able to generate a data. Maybe with the skip, I will be able to generate a data. We can try to give a step size over here. All these things we have already discussed in my previous session, right? So those who have not gone through my previous session, so it's a humble request to all of you that a recording is already available, and assignment is also available, material is also available. So maybe you can try to go through those recordings, and then you can try to attend further classes. Yeah, it means attend all the classes. I'm not saying that you should skip any of the classes, but yeah, so if you are going to miss any of the classes because of any reason, recordings will be available. You can just go through it. But yeah, go through it as soon as possible, because if you will do a procrastination, then you will not be able to complete it. This is what happens with everyone. Now, so we have seen that range can try to produce a data for me, and let's suppose someone is asking me that try to produce a data, or try to extract this data one by one, one by one, one by one. So simple. I will try to write for I in a range of 1 to 6, and then print I. So in this manner, it will try to produce a data for me. So it will go to this range one by one, extract a data, and then it is going to showcase to me. And this is where we have started a for loop. Now, so here, if someone is going to ask me to print this kind of a pattern, or we say star pattern or something, so maybe in this manner. So in a first row, we should have one star, then two star, and then three star, and then maybe like a four star, and then maybe like a five star. So if someone is asking me to print this kind of a pattern, how I will be able to print it? Yeah, how I will be able to print this kind of a pattern. So see, I try to understand this example first. So here we had something inside a list, one by one, one by one, one by one, one by one, one by one. So we have extracted this data, and row number one, then two, then three, then four, and then five. So in this manner, we are trying to print this particular data. Now try to understand this one, right? What we have to do? So in row number one, we have to print how many stars? One star. In row number two, how many star? Two star. Row number three, how many star? Three star. Row number four, how many star? Four star. Row number five, how many star? Five star, right? So in row number one, I have to print one star, then two, then three, then four, then five. And if I'm able to do it, right? If I'm able to do it, I will end up getting this kind of a pattern. Agree, everyone? Yeah? Agree? Yeah, this is the pattern, right? This is the pattern that we are talking about. Yes. Okay. So this is the objective that we have, and let's see how we can try to achieve this particular objective. It's very simple. It's not at all tough. Believe me, right? It looks like it's tough in a very like a day zero maybe if I'm coming from a non-coding background, but yeah, you will feel very much comfortable very soon. So here what I have to do, so I can write basically for I in a range of 1 to 6, let's suppose. Yeah, 5 row I have to print. And then obviously I'm trying to print I will end up getting this, but I don't want this one. What I want a star. How many stars? I want a number of a star which should be equal to a row number. Okay, that's cool. Now here, let's suppose I have a string, and inside a string I have a star, right? I have a star. Now, if I'm going to multiply this with this string with 2, what will happen? It will print 2 star, right? If I'm going to maintain a space, then again, so it will be more visible to all of us. So here it is printing 2 star. If I'm going to multiply this with 3, it is going to print 3 star. If I'm going to multiply this with 4, it is going to print 4 star. So basically, if you are trying to use a multiplication operator, right, this multiplication operator with a string, what it does, it repeats. right? It is going to repeat that string that many number of the times. Technically, this is what it is going to do. Okay. So here what I will do. So inside I, anyhow, I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? These numbers. I just have to multiply. Multiply with what? So I have to multiply this I with a star. Simple. Sorry, not 8, a star basically, right? Can I say that I'm able to get this star? If I'm going to maintain a little bit more space, it will be more visible. Yes, done. Easy, right? Yeah. Row number one, one star, two star, three star, four star, five star, and so on. Simple. So here I is nothing but one, two, three, four, five, six, and so on. And for that, I'm able to print a star. Very, very simple, right? Very simple. Let me ping you this code. Again, like I don't think that I should ping, but yeah, let's do it. Fine. So this one is a code for all of us. So this is how easy it is to print this kind of a star. Very simple. Now, someone is asking me that try to do this star printing operation, but this time, so you are supposed to print basically uh, 5 star, 4 star, 3 star, 2 star, and 1 star. So just a reverse of this we have to do, right? So in a first row, 5 star, second row, 4, third row, 3, fourth row, 2, fifth row, 1. So this is a pattern that we have to print. Any idea how we can do it? It's very much similar to this one. Yeah, very much similar to this one, I would say. So Afifa is has pinged me like okay, range start from 6 to 1. Okay, yeah, that can be like done basically, right? So here what we can do, so we have to produce a number in a very first place. So let's go and produce some numbers the way we have done that in a previous example. So here I can write list of range of start from maybe like a 5 and then go till 0. What it is going to give me? Any idea, guys? What I will be able to get as an output of this one? Yeah. So what we will be able to get as an output from this? Okay, so I think people are thinking about it. No, just tell me about, just give me an answer of this one. So what I will be able to get as an output? Okay, so Dhruv is saying blank, empty list. Aditi is saying 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Not at all. So it's going to give you empty, right? And any reason for that? What is the reason? Like why I'm getting this empty list over here? I believe we have already talked about it. Yeah, we have talked about it in terms of like a indexing slicing operation, and even with respect to a range operation. Because start is higher than end. No, that is not an answer. It will take a positive iteration. Yes, that's exactly the answer. So by default, we know that we have given a starting point. My starting point is 5. We have given endpoint. My endpoint is 0, right? My endpoint is 0. And here we have even a jump, or you can say a step size, right? So by default, it is trying to take a positive step. So you are trying to move from 5 to 0 and you are jumping into another direction. Because of that conflict, it is giving you basically blank. We have seen this kind of operation many times in a past like classes. So here if I have to get a data, so I have to give a negative steps over here, and then if I'm going to execute it, I will be able to get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? I will be able to get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is something that we have already discussed. Now, so sim for I in a like this one, right? I in a this one. So print I. So what I'm able to get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I think I will be able to print this kind of a pattern. How? Simple. I into and then star over here. Execute. Done. Yes. So can I say I'm able to print this reverse triangle as well? Simple. Very, very simple, right? Okay. So this was an easy example. Now let's try to see a couple of more examples, right? So here, let's suppose someone is asking me that try to print one star, right, in row number one, then two star here, then three star over here, then four star over here, then five star over here. Now, how I can print this one? Any idea? Yes? It's just a mirror image of a very first example, the above one, right? A mirror image. So how we can do this, by the way? Yeah. So space before, yes, that's correct, Mukesh. Yes, guys. Okay, everyone is saying a space before, a space multiply with a list number. Yeah. Think not exactly, but yeah. This is the logic that we can try to apply. So see, guys, over here. In total, let's create a box over here, right? Let's create a box so that you can understand this pattern. Now, how many space max to max we are going to occupy? Let's say five space, right? Five row, five space we are going to occupy over here. So in a row, right, in a row, in a one single row, basically we are occupying five space, right? We are occupying five space. Now if you will look into a very first row, we have a space, we have again a space, we have again a space, we have again a space, and then we have a star, right? So first row, four space and then one star. Second row, three space, then two star. Third row, two space, three star. Fourth row, one space, four star. Fifth row, zero space, right? A last row. So here we are able to see that max to max, we are trying to occupy five space over here, right? Max to max five space we are trying to occupy. And pattern wise, if I'll go and check over here, so let's suppose I is equal to 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and then 5. So yes, we have one star, then two star, then three star, then four star, and then five star. So basically, based on the row number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, so we have that many number of the star. But total space occupancy is equals to 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, right? So here, if I'll check my very first row, so 5, which is total number of like a space occupancy, minus 1, right? That is the number of the space. Now here, so 5, which is like a total number of the star, minus what? Minus 2. So total number of space is equal to 3 and then 2 star, right? Then here in a third row, so 5 total number of occupancy minus 3. So 2 space and then 3 star. Then here, so 5 minus 4, right? So basically 1. So 1 space and then 4 star. Then fifth, 5 minus 5, right? So 0 space, 5 star. Can I say that we are able to build a pattern over here? Yes. Can I share that we are able to build a pattern? Right? We are able to see the pattern, right? So here we have to take care of two patterns. One, a pattern of space, and second one, a pattern of a star that you are printing. If you are going to combine both of this, you will be able to get this row, right? You will be able to get this row, 4 space 1 star. You will be able to get second row, 3 space 2 star. You will be able to get this particular row, 2 space and 3 star, right? So you have to combine this, and then only you will be able to build one row. So you will be able to build other rows as well. As simple as that. Okay, let's go ahead with that. So here what I will do, so let's start doing a coding if we are able to understand the pattern. So same for I in a range of 1 to 6, I will write. Now here print wise, because see, we have to produce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So obviously this is going to produce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for me, right? This is going to produce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we have to basically combine these two things, right? 5 minus 1. 5 minus 1 means what? So whatever is the number of, right? So whatever it is going to produce, minus 1. So print over here. So what I will print? So I will try to print 5 minus 1, right? or not 1, I would say. So parameterized it. So 5 minus I I'm going to print. Fine. 5 minus I multiplied with what? So multiplied with a space. Fine. And then I will try to print I into star. Execute. Are we able to get it? 5 minus I. Same thing I have written, right? So 5 minus 1, 5 minus 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, right? For a space. And then we are trying to append it. We are using a plus symbol and then I into a star. So first row, 1 star, then 2 star, then 3 star, 4, 5, and so on. So in this manner, we will be able to print it. Fine, everyone. Are we able to understand? Yes. Simple again. Very, very simple, right? Okay. So this is how we are able to print it. Okay, now, so let's move ahead. Yeah, let's move ahead. So now let's try to print a couple of like a more thing. So let me delete this one. Now, what we would like to print. So maybe we would like to print some different pattern. So here we have, let's suppose, 1 star. Then we have, let's suppose, 2 star. Then we have, let's suppose, or maybe 1 star we are able to print. So first row, then 3 star, right? Then maybe like a 5 star, then maybe 7 star, then maybe 9 star, right? So this is a kind of a structure, a pyramid structure I would like to form. Any idea how we can do it? Yeah, this pyramid structure. Yes, everyone. Yeah. So Anuj is saying a space before. Agree. We have to put a space before. Sagar has pinged me a code. Okay, we'll check whether it is going to work. I into a star you are printing. No, Sagar, that will not work. Shantanu has pinged me this code. I into no. Even this is not going to work. Index jump of 2. No, not at all. Dhananjay is saying multiply 2I plus 1. Plus 1 or minus 1? Dhananjay. Chitranjan has pinged me this. No, no, that will not work. Yeah. So you are trying to multiply I into just a star, right? So it will print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically you will end up printing half of the pyramid, not this like a pyramid. So you will be able to print just left hand side of the pyramid. But I want this full pyramid structure. Okay, let's try to understand logically. So see, here what we have. So let's create a box again. Now, row number one, right? Row number one. So basically, how many star we have? So basically, we have 1 star. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Row number one, 1 star. Row number two, 3 star. Row number three, 5 star. Row number four, 7 star. Row number 5, 9 star, right? So if you will try to check a printing of just a star, right? Forget about the space for now. We'll talk about that. But if you will just talk about star, so first row, 1 star, that's okay. Second row, it's not 2 star, it's basically 3 star. So I can say that 2 into this 2 minus 1. So 2 into 2, 4 minus 1, right? Third row, 5 star. So I can say that 3 into 2, 6 minus 1, 5 star. Fourth row, 7 star. So 4 into 2 minus 1, right? Fifth row, how many star we have? 9 star. So 5 into 2 minus 1. So as you can see, and here, so 1 into 2 minus 1. So 1 to 2, 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. So this is the pattern you will be able to find out in terms of stars, right? That first row 1, second row 3, then 5, then like a 7, and then 9, right? So star pattern, I will be able to recognize it with the help of this particular logic. Fine. So row into 2 minus 1. As simple as that. So I into 2 minus 1. So this is going to give me the star part. Before that, we have to maintain some spaces, right? Before that, we have to maintain some space. So maybe 4, 3, 2, 1 and 0 space we have to maintain. Now to maintain a space, simple. So a first total number of row is equal to 5, right? So 5 minus 1, 4 space, and then 5 minus 2 means row, like a 3 space. 5 minus 3, so 2 space. 5 minus 4, so basically like a 1 space. 5 minus 5, 0 space. So this is a pattern we can try to follow. This particular pattern we can try to follow to maintain a space on my left hand side. Right hand side, I don't have to worry about it, right? I can directly jump into the next one. So this is the logic. So this is for printing a star and this is for printing a space. Simple. Can I say this will work? Yeah. This logic is going to work. Yes? Okay, let's do it then. Very simple. Again, this is very simple one. If you're able to understand it theoretically, then program wise, it's not at all difficult. You can do it easily. Now, here. So what I will do, I'll write for I in a range of 1 to 6. Print wise, we have to manage. So what we have to manage? So let's suppose I'm trying to print a space. So a space is nothing but space into what? Into, right? 5 minus I. Space is 5, so a space into 5 minus I, so that I will be able to maintain a space 4, then like uh, yeah, 4, then 3, then 2, and then 1, and then 0. Now star pattern wise, so what we are supposed to write, so here we are supposed to write row into 2 minus 1. This is what we have written, right? And concatenated. Oh, let me maintain some space over here. Can I say I'm able to print this one? Yeah, I'm able to print this one. Oh, so I have given more number of space. Let me maintain one more. Yeah. So can I say that I'm able to print a pyramid, a perfect one? This is complex. No, if you will check this star and a space printing pattern, so you will be able to find out that it's not that complex. It's like easy to print at the end of the day. Fine, easy to print. So this is what, and this is something that we can try to do. Again, if I'm going to ask you to reverse it, so what you will do, you will just try to change the range. If I'm asking you like just try to revert it or invert it, inverted pyramid if I have to print. So in that situation, what I will do, I'll try to start from maybe like a 5, go till a 0, and then jump minus 1. I will be able to print the inverted one. So I just have to change this particular part and I will be able to get this one. Again, very, very simple, and we are able to print the star. Now, so anyone who is having any doubt, guys, in terms of this printing a star? Yeah, in terms of printing a star? No? Okay. Now, if I'm going to ask you that try to build a pyramid, basically, right? Maybe in this way, a crystal this way. Can I say all of us can do it? Yeah. Anyone who can tell me how to print this one? A diamond? Yes? Anyone? We have to use two loops. Yeah. So see, we have already done that, right? So here we have this piece of a code. Copy this, paste it here, same, without any kind of a changes. We have this piece of the code. Copy it, And can I say I'm able to print a diamond? Yeah, I'm able to print a diamond. But here, so you will be able to see that these rows are same. So we are able to print these rows twice, right? We are able to print these rows twice. So maybe what I can do, so I can try to start second loop with 4. Now it's a perfect diamond that we are able to print. As simple as that, right? So this is how we can try to print this diamond kind of a pattern as well. So any pattern you will be able to print it. You just have to understand like how things are moving, and then like you can just like go ahead and you can just try to do it. So hope this makes sense. This for loop and this pattern printing operation that we have done, it makes sense. No one is going to ask you a question, but yeah, it's good for understanding a for loop, I would say. Just try to like write a code once, try to understand it, and then forget about it. It's completely okay. So you don't have to like think much about it. And especially if you're in college, so obviously in a college you will be able to get maybe this as an assignment or maybe this as a question in your semester. Simple. Now let's try to talk about a while loop. Fine, while loop, another kind of a loop we are going to talk about, called as while loop. So let's try to understand how while loop is going to basically works. So we have seen that loop is nothing but it will go through some data and it will keep on iterating through that data unless and until it is not going to exhaust a data. This is what we have observed with respect to a for loop. So for loop can try to extract data from a list, from a string, from a dictionary, from a tuples, from a set. Any of these. So for loop will be able to extract a data one by one, one by one, one by one. Okay, that's good. That's okay. Now, so where this while loop comes into a picture. So basically there is another kind of a loop called as while loop, and how while loop and for loop is different. Let's try to understand it. So here, let me write down something very simple, right? So here I'm writing maybe like I is equals to 1 while I is lesser than 5. So try to print basically I, and then try to do I plus 1. Fine. A very, very simple one. I plus 1. Now what it will do, so it has given me 1 to 5. Yeah, it has given me 1 to 5. So technically how it is working internally. Let's try to understand that particular part. So see, here I have I is equal to 1. Now what while loop does that it will always try to check the condition. Yeah, just like a if else statement. So if else statement does what? So first of all, it will try to check the condition. If condition is going to be true, right? If condition is going to be true, in that case, what will happen? So in that case, it will try to execute whatever you have written inside the body of if statement. If it is false, then it will not execute. Similarly, in case of while loop, right? In case of while loop, first of all, it checks the condition. If this condition is going to be true, right? It will go further, and whatever you have written inside while loop, it will try to execute it. If condition is going to be false, it will not go inside the loop. Or let's suppose if condition is true, it will keep on looping, or you can say it will keep on iterating inside a loop unless and until condition is not going to be false. This is what while loop does. So while loop always try to check a condition first and then go into a body of it. For loop will never check a condition. So for loop, whatever iterator you have given, so it will just try to go through it. If possible, extract a data. If not, give a error. Simple. This is how for loop is going to work. But in case of while loop, first it will try to check the condition. For example, so here I have written I is lesser than equal to 5. Fine. I is lesser than equal to 5. What is the current value of I? Current value of I is equal to 1. Now here it will check 1 is lesser than equal to 5, right? So yes, 1 is lesser than equal to 5. So technically it's true, right? True. Now go inside a body. Inside a body, what we have written? We have written print I. Print I means print 1. Okay, print 1, right? And then we are writing a next line of a code inside a body. I is equals to I plus 1. So I is equals to I plus 1. What is the current value of I? 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. Now I became 2. We have incremented I over here. Again it will go inside a loop, right? Again it will go here to a while and will try to check that 2 is lesser than equal to 5. Yes, it's true. 2 is lesser than equal to 5. So what it is supposed to do in that situation? Print I. So print I means print 2 over here and then increment I. So I is equals to, current value of I is equal to 2, 2 plus 1 is equals to like a 3, right? Then again it will go to while loop. It will check 3 is lesser than equal to 5. Yes, it's lesser than equal to 5. True. So fine, go into the body of it, right? Just a minute, guys. Okay. So here what it will do. So basically 3 is lesser than equal to 5. It's going to be true, right? Okay, fine. Go inside the body of it. Try to print 3 over here. Then 3 I is equal to I plus 1. So I is equals to 3 plus 1 is equals to 4. Then again go to the loop and check. So 4 is lesser than equal to 5. Yes, it's true, right? Go into the body, try to print 4 and then come over here. I is equals to I. So 4 plus 1 is equals to 5. Now again go inside a while loop, try to check. So 5 is lesser than equal to 5. Yes, true, right? So go over here, try to print 5 and then I is equals to what? I is equals to 5 plus 1, 6, right? Then again go to a while loop, check 6 is lesser than equal to 5. This time false. Yeah, this time false. 6 is not lesser than equal to 5. Simple, this time false. It will break a loop automatically. So after that, it will not check anything. It will break a loop. So the time it is going to get false, it will break the entire loop and then come out of it. And this is going to be my final result. Is it making sense how while loop is working? Yes. Yeah. Aditi is asking what's the difference between this code and this code. So basically you have to maintain the indentation. You have not maintained it. So in that situation, it will give you error most probably. Aditi. Fine. Okay. So this is how while loop is going to work, by the way. Now let's suppose we have to create a countdown kind of a things. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. No, I means okay. My code has I is equal to I plus 1. So even my code has I is equal to I plus 1. So basically, see the code that you have written in this manner. If I'm going to execute it, by default, it is going to give me the error. And okay, it's fine. You are trying to say that you have written I is equal to I plus 1 before print, right? Okay, so this is what you are trying to say. First of all, try to maintain the indentation because it will give you the issue. Now here, right? So here you have written I is lesser than equal to 5 and let me reinitialize a value of I. So value of I is equals to 1. So it is trying to increment first 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically you are not getting 1 over here. That is the differences. The reason is very simple. So when for the very first time it will come, it will increment a value first. So very first time when it will come, value of I is equal to 1. First you are incrementing it and then you are printing it. So it is going to start from 2, not from 1. That's the difference. Yeah. Plus plus I or I plus plus is going to be same. It's going to be like I is equal to I plus 1 or like yeah. So I is equal to plus equal to I. So that is basically a shorthand. Fine. So this is the differences. First incrementing and then printing. So first value will be missing in this situation. That's it. Okay. Now let's try to see some more examples, right? Then you will be able to understand easily. So let's suppose we have to create a countdown. Countdown means maybe 10, 9, 8, 7 and so on, right? Till maybe 0, you have to create a countdown. Okay, I can do it. So here I can try to define maybe I is equals to a 10 over here. Then I can write over here that while I is greater than equal to, let's suppose I have to do a countdown till 0. So greater than equal to 0, do this. So I is equal to I minus 1. So here I am decrementing, right? 10, then 9, then 8, then 7, then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Simple as that. So this is how I will be able to create a countdown. I can even take this input as a user input. We have already talked about input function, by the way, right? So where you can go and you can try to, take a input from a user. So maybe take a user input. That's also going to work as simple as that. Yeah. Okay. Now, so someone has told me that we have to produce basically a summation of all the numbers starting from 0, right? Summation of all the numbers starting from 0 till 10 means 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10, right? So if someone has told me that you have to basically produce, right, a summation of a number starting from 0 till this number. This number I can try to take as an user input. That's completely fine. So in that case, it will give me a summation till that particular number, right? Possible. Now here, right? So here, any idea how we can do it? Summation of number starting from 0 till this number, till n. It's a easy one. Again, if I is saying summation, okay, start from L I plus 1. Yes, guys, any idea? Yes, summation of a number starting from 0 till this number, till n. As of now, my value of n is equal to 10. So can I say that I just have to keep on like going till 10? So first 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. And eventually I have to add with the previous number, right? So then 0 plus 1, then like 0 plus 1 plus 2, then 0 plus 1 plus 3, 2 plus 3. So I just have to go through all of this number and then one by one, one by one, one by one, I have to add it. That is something that we have to perform. Okay, let's do it. So here I can do it even by writing a for loop. Again, I'm not saying that while loop is the only way. I'm just trying to teach while loop, and that's the reason I'm giving you this example. But same thing can be done in other 10 ways as well, right? Same thing. Because it's a programming, it's a coding, right? Depends upon my imagination. So here, let's try to do it with respect to while loop. So don't try to by heart any of these things. Just try to learn, because for one problem you will be able to find out 10 solution in a programming. In 10 ways you will be able to write a programming, or even more, I would say, right? This is how programming actually works. It's just like a language, right? It's a language by which I'm able to communicate with my system. That's it. So I can try to phrase my own sentences by choosing my own wordings and like grammars. This is how even programming language works. Not very different from a language that we speak, by the way. Yeah. Okay. So n is equal to 10. Fine. Okay. We have to do a summation. So let's do it. So here what I will do. So while let me create one more variable over here. So starting point is 0, right? So while I is lesser than equal to n, right? So just do one thing. Try to create one more variable over here outside, as I'm just looking for a summation. So let's create a variable called as total, right? So in a very first iteration, what I will do, so I'll try to do total is equals to total plus I. So 0 plus a 0, and then I will try to increment a value of I. So I is equal to I plus 1, and then I will try to print total. Now here is a result which I am able to get. Very simple, right? Let me give you explanation about this one. Again, not tough to understand. So here what we have, so we have 10, we have 0. So start from 0, go till 10, whatever numbers comes in between or till 10, just try to add it. So here we have created a variable called as total. Total value is equal to like 0 as of now. It will start moving. So it will try to check a condition. So 0 is lesser than equal to n. As of now, I is equal to 0, right? So 0 is lesser than equal to 10. True. Go inside it and then try to do a total. So total is equals to current total is what? 0, right? Plus what is the value of I? 0. So total is equal to t is equal to 0. Then increment I, right? Increment I. So I is equal to I plus 1. So basically my I will become 0 plus 1. So I will become 1 by default. Then again, run inside a loop. It will keep on running unless and until this condition is not going to be false. So here it will try to check basically that 0 is lesser than equal, sorry, current value of I is equal to 1. So 1 is lesser than equal to 10. Again true. So go inside this one. Total is equals to current total 0 plus I, right? So I is basically 1. So it will become total is become 1. I is equal to what? So current I plus 1 is equals to 2. So it will move in this direction. So it will keep on adding, keep on adding, keep on adding, one by one, one by one, one by one, keep on adding. And then once this condition is going to be false, it will come out of the loop and then we are printing. So this print statement is outside a while statement, right? This print statement is outside the while statement. So when it will come out of this while statement, eventually you will be able to get the total value. So this is how we are able to print a total between 0 to 10. Making sense to all of us, guys? Yes. Okay, fine. Now let's talk about more examples. So let's suppose someone is asking me that try to print all the even number. Yeah. So try to print all the even number between maybe like, all the even number till 20. So whatever even number that we have starting from 0. So start from 0 and then try to print all the even number. If someone is going to ask me that, how I will be able to print it. So okay, I will start from 0. I will go till 20, where while loop is going to help me out, right? This is where while loop comes into picture. So I'll try to start from 0. I'll try to go till 20. My while loop will help me out in that situation. So I can write over here that while I is lesser than n, right? I is lesser than n. Let me remove this part. Yeah. So I is lesser than n. We can try to check a condition that if I percentile remainder 2 is equal to 0, in that case try to print I, right? Otherwise do what? Otherwise just try to increment I so that you can go to next, 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 execute. I'm able to print all the even number between 0 to 20. Not between till 20 basically. So till 20 we are able to print it, as simple as that. So we are like trying to put up a condition over here. So if condition will be valid, print it. If not, it will skip the body part of if statement, as we all know, and it will simply try to print my try to increment my I over here. Very, very simple. Yeah, very, very simple. Okay, now if someone is asking me that try to print a multiplication table. Yeah, try to print a multiplication table of 19. Anyone who remembers table of 19? Yeah, in our childhood, so our, like parents or even teachers, so they used to ask us, right, that what is a table of 19? What is a table of 17? What is a table of 14? What is a table of like 13 and so on basically, right? So let's try to print that table of 19, and table of anything you can print, by the way. Yeah, so let's try to print a table of 19. So table means what? If you will see a table, so table is nothing but it's a pattern, right? So table of 19 means 19 into 1, then 19 into 2, then 19 into 3, then 19 into 4, then 19 into 5, then 19 into 6. So this is constant. This part 19 part is constant. We are just trying to increment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on, right? We're just trying to increment this one. So fine, I can do it even with respect to while loop, because while loop is going to help me out in terms of incrementing these values. So 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then so on. Yeah, let's do it. Let's try to print a table of 19 with the help of while loop. So here what I can do, I can try to basically write I is equals to, means starting point is going to be 1, right? And then n is equals to 10. While I is lesser than this, do one thing. So try to basically print. Print what? So for me, try to print formatted string over here. So try to print n, and n into basically n into I. Oh, I think it's in a, sorry, my bad. N should be 19, right? We are trying to print a table of 19. So, okay, I is lesser than n. So print what? So first of all, show me this particular print. So 10 into 1 and 2. So I is equals to I plus 1. I just forgot to increment the value of I. Yeah. So now here, What has happened? So n into I. So 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. I have to print it, let's suppose, only till 10. I don't want to print it till 19 into 19. Just till this point, I want a table. So basically, I can make it as a 10 and then here. So instead of like writing this n, so I can try to maybe create one more variable, number number. And let me create a variable over here, number number is equals to 19. And then here also number. Now it's fine. Yeah. So basically number is 19. So 19 into 1, 19 into 2, 19 into 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. This is something that we are able to print it. So every time we are trying to increment a value of I, number is going to be same. Number is going to be like constant. So you can try to put, instead of number directly, we can try to put 19 over here. No harm in that, right? And then you will be able to print this entire table. So likewise, you can print any table that you want. Yeah. Sir, use a break statement with a condition. No, it's not required. It's fine. It is going to work even with respect to this one. Fine. Okay, that's cool. So we are able to print a table. So hope we are able to understand, right? We are just trying to increment one value based on the, it's just like a pattern, right? Just like a pattern over here. Fine. Now let's try to understand a couple of more things. So let's try to understand. There is there is a statement called as break statement, and there is a statement called as continuous statement. So what is the meaning of break statement? What is the meaning of continuous statement? Let's try to understand that particular part. Even with respect to for loop, we can discuss that. Even with respect to while loop, we can discuss about that one. So first of all, let's try to talk about a break statement. So for example, if I'm trying to print for I in a range of 1 to 6, let's suppose. And then if I'm trying to print basically like I, so it will start from 1 and it will go till 5. It will try to print each and everything. But I don't want to go till 5, by the way. Yeah, I don't want to go till 5. So I would like to break the loop, because loop will keep on moving unless and until it is not going to exhaust the entire data set. I just wanted to put a break in between, right? Break in between based on certain conditions. So this is where a break statement comes into a picture. So let's suppose I would like to break when there is a 3, right? When there is a 3, that's my condition basically. So I can write a condition over there that if I is equal to a 3, then try to break it. Try to break it. Fine. Now what will happen? Just see the differences. So here it will start running this loop starting from 1 and it will try to go till 6. So I is equal to 1, fine. So I is equal to 3, no, false. So it will print 1. Then it will go to the next iteration, I is equal to 2. So 2 is equal to 3, false. So it will not come here. Then we'll go to the next iteration and then I is equal to 3. So 3 is equal to 3, true. When this is going to be true, it will come over here, right? It will come over here. And we have written what? We have written basically a break statement. So break is a reserved keyword inside Python. Not just inside Python, even in other programming languages, you will be able to find out a break statement. So if we would like to apply some sort of a break on certain condition, maybe on an even number condition, maybe on an odd number condition, maybe I'm trying to search something inside a list and I would like to apply a break, there can be like infinite number of use cases, right? So over there we can try to use basically a break statement, and whenever it is going to observe a break, right, whenever it is going to observe this condition, it will execute this one. Execution of this one means stop looking for next data or stop running a loop further. This is the meaning of a break statement. Fine everyone, meaning of break. Yeah. Break means whenever it will encounter this keyword break, stop the loop. As simple as that. Very simple, right? So stop the or apply the break over here. Okay. So now let's try to talk about another counter operations with respect to a break. So there is something called as continue. Fine. Now let's see what continue does. So let's suppose if I am writing over here, so for I in a range of 1 to 6, right? Print I. Fine. It will like print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In a sequence, it is going to print it. Now let's suppose I would like to skip something, right? Maybe I would like to skip some part. For example, so if there is a 3, so if I is equal to 3, continue. Any differences you are able to observe? Yeah. Any differences that you are able to observe here? Anyone? I'm able to print 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay, so if you are saying 3 is missing, skipped 3. Why? What was the reason? And this is where a continuous statement comes into a picture. So here, what is happening? Let's try to understand. Break is fine, right? Break is fine. All of us are okay with break. Yeah. Okay. Let's try to understand continue. Continue is also like very simple. It's a reserved keyword. So this is basically a reserved keyword inside Python. And even in other programming languages, you will be able to find out a continuous statement. So here what will happen? It will go till this, go inside this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will try to extract. So I is equal to 1. Okay. So 1 is equal to 3, false, not execute, right? Print I is equal to 1. Then I is equal to 2. So again, 2 is equal to 3, false. So it will not execute, continue. So it will basically print 2. I is equal to 3. So 3 is equal to 3. It is going to be true. Once it is going to be true, continue. Means inside a body, I have written continue. Continue means what? Continue simply means that whatever line of a code after this you have written, after this, not before. Even if you have written something before, it will execute, right? Because code always go in a sequential manner, line by line manner. But here, so if I have mentioned continue, it simply means that it will not execute for that particular step, for that particular iteration. Basically, it will not execute anything that you have written after continue. Means it will not execute print I. And that is the reason, so I'm not able to see 3 over here. If you would have written print above, then obviously it will print and then continue, right? So in that case, you will not be able to see the skip part. But here, so continue simply means that if I would like to write a condition, so where I have to skip a particular step, or whatever piece of code. Here I am writing print, but going forward, we are going to write some complex logic, right? So at some condition, if I would like to skip it, and I would like to apply it for all the other data that we have. So in that case, we can apply continue in between. So by the time it is going to encounter continue, so whenever it is going to encounter this continue statement, it will not execute anything after this line. It will directly give a control to a loop. This is how continue works. So by the time it is going to encounter continue, give a control to a loop, means start executing a loop from the next step. So continue, simple. Continue means continue. Making sense? Yes, everyone? Yeah. So continue means continue to the iteration. Simple. Continue to the loop. So whenever I will see continue, or whenever my code will see continue, give a control back to the for loop. Fine, everyone. I need a response inside your chat box, guys. A quick response. Yes. Okay, fine. So this is how, and again, so we will end up using this continue and break all of these things multiple times. But yeah, this is the meaning of a continue. And this meaning is same in every programming language. It is not going to change, means literally it is not going to change. Yeah. Continue means don't print this one and continue. Not just print. Print is one of the like a coding block, right? So whatever you have written after that, continue. So maybe you can think in this way. So whenever I'll see continue, I'll just go back to for loop or loop. If I'm running for loop, then I'll go to for loop. If I'm running while loop, I'll go to while loop. Yeah. So this is how like things are going to work. Let me show you some example with respect to while loop as well. So here, let's suppose I have a list, and inside a list, basically, I have SUDH, Kumar, and something like Euron. let's suppose. Yeah. So something like this kind of a list I have. Okay. Now, so and again, so in between I have a blank data. So in between I have some sort of a blank data. Fine. Now, if I'm going to ask you that try to extract a data from this list one by one, one by one, one by one. Yeah, try to extract a data from this particular list one by one, one by one. With the help of for loop, I think we all can do it, right? So simple. For I in L, and then print. Print what? Print I. Sorry. So print what? So print basically I. Okay. So I'm able to get SUDH. There was a blank. It is printing that as well. Let's suppose I'm going to put a couple of more like a blanks in between. Yeah. So execute it. Now there is a blank, right? There is a blank like a I have printed. There is no data, right? Only double quotes, and inside double quote there is no data. Now I want a solution for this one. So if there is a blank, it should not print. So what I should do, guys? Yeah, any idea? If there is a blank, skip that. Don't print. Yes, I'm waiting for your answer. Yeah, so if I is equal to this, continue. Exactly. This is what we have to do. Simple, right? Yeah. So if I is equal to blank, or maybe like like just a quotes, right? Continue. Don't do anything. Don't print anything out of that. So here in between we can try to write if I is equal to this or this. We have two kind of a blank, right? So one with no space and one with a space. So if I is equal to this or this, right? Do one thing. Continue. Execute. Can I say I'm able to remove the space part? I'm not like it's not printing now the space one, and wherever the string is not having any values. Yeah. So wherever a string is not having any values, now it's not printing it. Simple. So this is where continue I can try to use it. Very, very simple. Right. Now, so here, let's suppose, so same break and continue with respect to a while loop. Let me show you a couple of more example. Meaning is going to be same for break and continue. Meaning wise, it is not going to change. Syntactically, yeah. So let me show you with respect to a while loop. So here, let's suppose I have I is equal to 1, right? I have I is equal to 1. Now I'm going to write, so while I is lesser than equal to 10, let's suppose, right? 10. So print what? I. And then do what? Increment I. So it is going to like start from 1 and then it is going to print it till 10. Yes, we have seen that, right? We have already seen that. Now what I want, so I just want that whenever it will reach to maybe like a 6, right? Don't print anything. Whenever it will encounter 6, after that, don't do anything. Don't print anything. So what I'm supposed to do, guys? See, I'm printing 1 to 10. I don't want it actually, right? I just want to stop myself. So when I will encounter 6, yeah, same. I think people are giving an answer. Rani is giving an answer. Then like Afifa is giving an answer. I is equal to 6. Break it. Yes, that's true. So here, what we are supposed to do. So here we are supposed to check a condition first that if I is equal to 6, right? Do what? Break it. See? So it is trying to print till 5. And whenever it has encountered like a 6, whenever this condition is going to be true, it is applying a break. Applying a break means after that, it will not call the loop part. It will break the entire loop. As simple as that. So this is where uh, loop is going to work, right? This is where like a loop is going to work over here. Sorry, this is like how break is going to work. So meaning is same. There is like no changes in terms of meanings, right? It's going to be exactly same. Okay. Now, So here, let's suppose basically what we are going to do. So let's suppose I is equal to, again, same thing, 1, while I is lesser than 10, right? Lesser than 10, print I, and then I is equal to I plus 1. So it is going to print starting from I till 9. So I have written lesser than. If I'm going to write equal to, then it will try to print till 10. Okay, that's fine. Now I want to skip something. So I wanted to skip whenever. So I want I'm not looking for this entire data. So what I'm looking for is that whenever it will encounter 3, don't print it. Whenever it will encounter 6, don't print it. So whenever you encounter 3 or 6, do not print it. Do not, like, give me a data. Yes. So how I can do it? Simple. Afifa has given the answer. If I is equal to 3 or I is equal to 6, continue. As simple as that, right? So here we can write a condition. If I is equal to 3 or I is equal to 6, in that situation, continue. Means give a control to a loop. Don't do anything which I have mentioned after that. But are we going to get a correct answer, guys? Yeah. Are we going to get correct answer? See, if I'm going to execute this piece of code, I'm expecting that it is supposed to, skip 3 and 6. Yeah. And for that, I have written a condition. So if I is equal to 3 and or I is equal to 6 in any of this situation, try to skip that part. Means give a control back to the loop. Means continue. Basically, this is what I have written, right? Will I be able to get my expected result? Okay. So Rakesh is saying no, 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 no. Okay. Why? Reason? Yes. What is the reason? Shall I execute so that you can find out the reason, or you are able to find out the reason? Need to place the condition. Okay, fine. Okay, let me execute it. And it is not going to give me the expected answer that we already know. And it's running into an infinite loop. See, still it's running. It's running into an infinite loop. See, it's still running, right? I think you are able to see this counter, a second counter. Why? What is the reason? So I'm not able to get my expected answer, by the way. And when it has encountered 3, right, it went into a infinite loop. It has printed like a 1 and 2, but at 3, infinite loop. Yes. So before continue, increase condition. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because condition not placed. No, condition is placed, but we have like increment, the value that we are incrementing, it should be before condition so that it can increment. So let me tell you why it is like, so how many of you are not able to understand? So why still it is running? See, since last 59 second or 1 minute, this is running and this is not giving me anything. So technically it's in a infinite loop. So how many of you are not able to understand? Those who are able to understand is fine, right? Because if you are going to tell me that all of you are able to understand, I will not explain. And if you're going to say that I'm able to understand, sorry, I'm not able to understand, then obviously I'm going to explain. Okay, so okay, so couple of people because condition is same as 3. Yeah, that's true, Anuj. Yeah. Okay, fine. So let me explain, right? Let me explain. So why it is running since last 1 minute, 34, 35, and so on second. Yeah. Let me terminate it. See. So here, just try to like observe this one. I is equal to 1. Fine. So now here condition will be checked. 1 is lesser than equal to 10. Fine. It's true. True. True means go into a body. Fine. Go into a body. So it will try to check I is equal to 3 means 1 is equal to 3 or 1 is equal to 6. No, both the conditions are false. So it will not go into this if statement body. It will come where? It will come to print. Print what? Print I. Means current value of I is equal to 1. So print it. Now I is equal to what? So I is equal to I plus 1. So 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. Okay. It will go again to a loop. Check. 2 is lesser than equal to 10. Yes, true. 2 is lesser than equal to 10. It's true. It will come inside if condition. 2 is equal to 3, false. 2 is equal to 6, false. So both the condition is false. So again, it will not go into a body of if. It will try to print 2. Okay, printing 2. Now it will try to increment the value of I, right? So value of I is equal to what? 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. Now it will go to while loop. It will try to check 3 is lesser than equal to 10. Yes, it's true, right? 3 is lesser than equal to 10. Now it will come over here inside if, check 3 is equal to 3, true. Again, I have written OR condition. So if either of this is going to be true, either of this condition is going to be true, it will go into if loop. So now 3 is equal to 3. It simply means that I will go here, right? I will go to continue. Continue means what? Continue means give a control back to while. Give a control back to while. Don't do anything that you have written below this continue or after this continue. Yeah. So give a control back to while. Now, what is the current value of I, by the way? What is the current value of I? People who are not able to understand. So it's a specific question to them. Yeah. What is the current value of I? Current value of I is 3. Are we able to increment the value of I? Yes, no. Are we able to increment the value of I? No. So again and again, it is continue is sending me to a while loop, and while loop is again sending me inside a continue. Again, continue will send into while will send into a continue, and this is a infinite loop. Continue will send me because I will be 3. So continue will be executed, and continue will give a control to while. While will push me again inside the loop to execute it, and again after checking the condition, this will go here, right? And because of that, it's getting into a infinite loop. What is the solution, by the way? Yes, what is the solution? I mean, like, I have to break an infinite loop, but again, I would like to skip when I is equal to 3 and I is equal to 6. So what I'm supposed to do, guys? Simple solution. Don't increment here, right? Increment beforehand all the time. So first increment and then get into it. Yeah. In that situation, obviously, I'm going to like print it from 2. If I want it from like 1, in that case, I can make I is equal to 0. So from 1 to 3 is skipped, 4, 5, 6 is skipped. As you can see, we don't have like 3 and 6 as per my condition given over here. And we have rest of the data. Yes, is it making sense to all of us? And again, so we are getting one extra, 11, right? So if I'm looking for data till 10, I can remove this equal to condition. Now it's still 10. Simple. So we are able to get our expected outcome. Start from 1, go till 10, skip 3 and 6 with the help of this continue. So wherever you would like to skip, you can use a continue. Wherever you would like to break the loop, you can try to use break. That's it. Whether it's a for loop, whether it's a while loop. Continue simply means that once it will try to encounter continue. After that, doesn't matter how many line of code you have written, maybe 10, 20 or 100,000, right? It will not execute that. It will give back a control immediately. This is the meaning of a continue. Break simply means that whenever it will encounter a break, doesn't matter how many line of a code you have written after that, it will not execute it. It will simply break the entire loop. This is what it means. If you are saying, but why it is executing in the first case? Which case? It is not executing in the first case. It is like printing 1. And this was my expectation. Until 10. I think this was the desired outcome. When I is equal to 3. So when I is equal to 3, it will try to increment. When I is equal to 3, so first it will try to make I is equal to, okay, let me like again use a pen and then explain it to you. So see, I 0, okay. So 0 is lesser than 10, true, fine, true. Come inside this one and try to increment I. So I is equal to what? I is equal to current value of I is 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. Then this condition will be nullified. It will not go here. Print I, print 1. Fine. Again, go to loop. Basically, right? What is the current value of I? I is equal to 1. So 1 is lesser than 10. True. Then increment the value of I. Execute this one. So 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Right? Then this condition will be nullified. Come to print. Print 2. Fine. Then what is the current value of I? 2. So 2 is lesser than 10. True. right? What is the value of I? 2 plus 1 is equals to 3. So I will become 3 at this step. And then try to print what? So try to print I. But before that, we have this condition, which will become true. So, and again, if you're getting into this condition, it will encounter continue. Continue means give a control back, right? Control back to the while loop. So it will come over here. Then what is the current value of I? So current value of I is technically 3 now. Yeah. So 3 is lesser than equal to 10. True. Right. Then come over here. What is the value of I? 3 plus 1 is equals to 4. Right. Print 4. This is how it is working. But it will print 0 in output. Uh, but print 0 is skipped in output. Yes, because the reason is that I'm trying to increment a value beforehand, before print, right? I'm incrementing a value here. So when it will come inside the code, I'm incrementing the value. So 0 plus 1 is equals to 1. If you are looking for something from 0, then keep it minus 1, right? Start from minus 1. Then you will be able to print it from 0. Okay, so some people have pinged me some code. Let me see what is the issue with the code or what you are trying to understand. Okay, so what is the like what you're trying to understand in this one? Infinite loop. Yes. So it's the same condition, right? It's the same condition that I have explained it to you. So here I is equal to 6. When it will come to a 6, it will keep on sending and we are not incrementing the value. Like we are incrementing a value after that. So it's the same condition which I have explained it to you. Now Rakesh has pinged me some piece of the code. So what is this, by the way? I equal to 333, this one, this one. Okay, so you are basically incrementing and then continue. Yeah, even this will work because what you have done, so you have incremented inside. That's also fine. So incrementing it and then calling continue. So it will increment so that it is not able to get into a infinite loop. This is also correct. Yes. I think Dhananjay has pinged me the same code. So inside if before continue, you are incrementing it. So yeah, if you are incrementing it, simply means that next time it is not going to be the same value. Yeah. So basically two times, yes, two times they are incrementing, but this increment will be called once it will satisfy this condition. Not every time, right? Okay. Fine. So hope all of us are able to understand a continue, a break, a while, and for loop patterns, by the way, right? We all are able to understand. Now, let's try to understand a couple of more things. So hope your class is not boring. All of you are able to understand. Everyone, if you can say yes, no, or something. Yeah. Okay, fine. That's cool. Now let's try to understand comprehension. Yeah. Let's try to understand basically comprehension. So comprehension is nothing but a shorthand, you can say, a shorthand of a loop that we have been talking about so far, so forth. For example, basically, let's suppose we have a list over here, and inside my list there is some data, right? And if someone is asking me a question that do one thing, whatever number that you have inside this basically list, right? So try to find out a square of that number and return me as a list. Again, I'm repeating my question. So question here says that there is a list, this particular list. I have some numbers inside that list. Just try to find out a square of every number and return me a list. So I'm looking for my final output, not as an individual number, a square of the individual numbers. No, I'm looking for a final output as a square of all the numbers in a form of list, right? So I can write a code for that one. So I have this list L, and maybe I can try to create L1 as a blank list over here, right? I can try to create a L1 as a blank list, and then for I in L, and a square, right? So double steric means a square. And then if I'm going to print L1, I will be able to get a square of all the numbers. Square of 1 is 1, 2 is 4, 3 is 9, 4 is 16, 5 is 25. So I'm able to get the square of this number. I have not done anything. I have just like a looped through this particular list one by one, and then list blank list dot append. We have already talked about append function, right? So list one dot append what? So number, the I, the extraction that we are trying to do, and double steric means a square. It's double, not a square by the way. Double steric means power basically. So this number to the power 2, right? I can give 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever you want. So double square means, sorry, double steric means power basically. So it is going to give a power of 2, and then I'm able to print a square of it. That's completely fine. We are able to do it. This is one of the way, and I think with the help of your while loop, we can do it, right? We can do it even in a different way, right? That is something called as comprehension. How? For I in L, I, can I say I'm able to get the same output? Yes, everyone? So output of this 4 line is same as output of this 1 line, right? Yeah. Same thing I'm trying to like generate. Same thing I'm trying to produce. And in both the cases, I'm able to produce the same thing. This is a normal for loop approach, right? We are trying to like iterate through it and then we are trying to do something. Now this is called as comprehension approach. This is called as technically list comprehension. This is a shorthand of doing this one. Now many people don't find themselves comfortable with respect to comprehension. That's okay. You can write a code even in this manner. Nothing is going to change, by the way, right? It's completely fine. But yeah, some people even write a comprehension. So if you are going through some people's code, maybe they have written a comprehension. So you should not feel surprised, basically, right? You should not feel surprised. So how this comprehension is going to work? Very simple to understand. Let me explain you that part. So here for I in L. So first of all, if I'm doing list comprehension, I should keep this square bracket, open close. Inside that I have to write. So for I in L, so we all understand what is the meaning of this one. For I in L, so it will go to L one by one, extract a data. This is what this for loop is going to perform. So in a first iteration, I is equal to 1, second 2, third 3, fourth 4, fifth 5. Simple, right? Now, when you are getting this value of I, I'm trying to do a square. Same logic, right? And I'm keeping everything inside a list, so I don't have to do even an append. So final output itself will be inside the list by default. I don't have to call the append operation over here. By default, final result is going to be inside my list. So this is how basically your comprehension is working. Let me show you a couple of more examples so that all of you will be comfortable with this one. So here, uh, let's suppose I have I'm using range. So range I'm using, and let's suppose I'm producing a data starting from 1 till 10. Obviously, let's keep the upper bound, right? So I know that it is going to produce a data from 1 till 9. Okay, that's cool. Now, whatever data that we are going to like extract out of this one, so I have to add 1 with everything, right? Means I have to increment all the data with 1 and return as a list. So first of all, if I have to extract a data out of this one, I can write for I in a range. It will extract a data 1, then 2, then 3, and so on till 9. It is going to extract a data. So I will be 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. So it will start a data and start throwing it, right? Start throwing it. So what I can do, I can keep inside the list. And here, so I can do I plus 1. Can I say I'm able to increment a data? Yes. Without even using this, I can do it, right? Without even using this comprehension kind of approach, I can do it. So simple, this is helping me out. to go through this entire things, and on your left hand side always you will be able to get the output, and with that output whatever you would like to do you can just do it, right? So think in always that way, that there is a loop which is running. It will try to yield some data, right? It will try to give some data. Now on your left hand side, so you can write your final operation, whatever operation that you want. So here I have written I plus 1, here I have written I square. That's completely fine, right? Now let's suppose one more situation we have. So we are trying to maybe produce a data between 1 to 10. Same as above. Now someone is asking me that only give me a even number between 1 to 10. Only give me even number between 1 to 10. Now for I in a range of 1 to 10, so if I will try to capture all the I on my left hand side, right? If I try to capture all the I on left hand side, I will be able to get all the data 1 till 9, right? My range goes till 10, so upper bound missing. 1 till 9, I will be able to get the data. But I'm not looking for this. I'm looking for a data where it should be like, divisible by even number, I means 2. How I can do it? So technically, if I'm going to ask you to write a for loop, you will write a condition, right? So where I percentile 2 is equal to 0, maybe skip that part. Yeah. So where I'm going to write a condition. So see, this is a loop. This is going to yield a data. So whatever result, a final result that you are looking for, you can capture on a left hand side. If I have to write a condition, right? If I have to write a condition in one single line, I can write a condition as well. So if I percentile 2 is equal to 0. So here in a same line, I can write a condition. So if I percentile is equal to, so it will yield a data, check it, and then give it to you as a final result on your left hand side. So now we are able to get only a even number. Making sense to all of us? Yeah. If I have to write it down, same thing, right? Without maybe like using comprehension. So how I can write it? So maybe take a blank list, right? For I in a range of 1 to 10, same range I'm going to take. If I percentile 0, so I percentile 2 is equal to 0, then list dot append and then print a list. I will be able to get a same result in this manner, and even in this manner, I will be able to get the same result. There is no differences, right? The only like a differences that you will be able to find it over here is the way I'm writing a code. Making sense? So if you are not comfortable with a comprehension operation, it's completely fine. Don't go ahead and don't write a comprehension operation. Write operations in this way. It is going to work. But sir, but you told output will come on a left hand side. How the value I is checked? See, output will always be captured on a left hand side, as you can see over here, right? Always on left hand side. If there is a condition, so it will yield a data, check a condition, then give you output. So still it is giving me output on left hand side. See? Yes, right? If there is a condition, it will go and check the condition, then bring a data on your left hand side. So checking, yes, because I have written a condition. If I have not written a condition over here, directly it will try to print. If there is a condition, means we always write a condition on right hand side and then it checks first if there is a condition and then again bring a data on left hand side. Yeah. So this is how like it happens. If there is a condition, if there is no condition, then you can see the 56 number line. It is yielding a data directly. As simple as that. So, okay, this is this. Now, now let's try to like understand the internal mechanism of a for loop. How for loop works actually, right? So without for loop, will I be able to extract some data? Let's try to understand that particular part. So to do that, to explain you, I'm going to create a simple list. Maybe this one without a blank. Okay. This is a list. Now inside a list, I have a couple of data, as you can see, right? I have a couple of data. I can have any kind of a data inside list. Doesn't matter at all. Now, So if someone is going to ask me to extract a data, I can run through a loop while or list, sorry, while or for, anything is fine. So for I in list, simple, then like, printed. So I will be able to extract a data. So technically this for loop is trying to extract a data one by one, one by one, one by one, one by one out of the list. Yeah, out of the list. Can I do a same thing by using some different approach, not by using a loop, not even a while loop? Yes. Can I do same operation? Means can I extract a data one by one, but not by using a for loop, not even by using an indexing operation, because indexing operation will be expensive operation. You have to put a indexes, and if I have a millions of items, then again it will go for the toss. Not slicing. I mean, slicing is going to give you a like a couple of data, right? A piece of data. So I'm not even talking about slicing. Yeah. Okay, so let me explain it to you. And in this manner, you will be able to understand how for loop is actually working, right? Internally. Generally, we don't use these terms in a real-time coding just for the understanding purpose. So there is a reserved keyword called as, or reserved function, you can say, reserved function called as next. I'll try to put list inside this next and execute. Yeah. Next is a inbuilt function. It's a function basically, right? What it does, we'll try to understand. So I'm trying to put list inside this next, right? I'm trying to put a list inside this next. I'm trying to execute, and it is telling me that list object is not a iterator. You will be able to encounter two different word basically. One is iterator and one is iterable. And generally we get confused. And again, don't worry, no one is going to ask you a question in an interview or somewhere, right? It's just for your understanding purpose that how code is executing itself in this situation, right? So it is telling me that list object is not iterator. Really? My question is like, really list object is not iterator? I mean, like I was able to iterate it. I was able to like, extract a data out of this one. But why I'm getting this error? It's containing a string data type. So what? I'm like, if it is containing string data type, it's completely fine. I can still able to bring all those data. I'm able to bring it, right? I'm able to bring all those data. Richa is saying list is iterable, BLE, and here TOR. So let me explain you the differences. Here, I'll try to create a list variable and I'll try to call another inbuilt function called as iter. Execute. Now, next of same thing, L. It's working this time. Now, next of L. It's again working. So it is able to print a next one. So we had what? We had like Sudhanshu. Yes, I'm able to extract. We had Kumar. Yes, I'm able to extract Sudhanshu Kumar. If I'm going to execute it next time, right? Yes, I'm able to get Euron as well. Same function, right? Same next function I have used. So the next function which was giving me an issue over here, same thing I have used even like with the list. And this time, Tanshu, then Kumar, then Euron, it is able to bring. Anyone, any idea? Anyone is having any kind of a clue? Why? Typecasting? No. Increment operator? No. Split maybe? No. See, the thing is, so I told you, right? So I'm just trying to explain you the internal working mechanism of the for loop, right? So by default, right? By default, your list, your string, your tuple, your set, all of these are basically iterable object, BLE, iterable object by default, as per Python. But it's not a iterator object. Meaning is what? So for loop or like see this next will be able to extract a data if your object will become a iterator object. If it is just a iterable object, it is not going to bring a data. And this is what for loop does. So internally what for loop does, that first of all, it try to convert your iterable object into iterator object. Iterable into iterator. And then it try to call next internally. So internally for loop is working in this way. Just try to understand how for loop is working. So first of all, it's calling this iter function. With the help of this iter function, it will convert anything into a iterator. And but again, here is the condition. You will be able to convert anything into a iterator if that object is iterable. Meaning is what? Let me show you that. I'm going to use iter, right? The way I have used it. I'm going to pass 5 over here, integer. Now, what is the error that you are getting? It is telling me that integer is not a iterable object. So any object which is not a iterable object, you will not be able to convert it as a iterator. Once my object will be a iterator object, then only I can do next, or then only for will be able to extract a data. So internally for loop try to call basically this iter, and then next, it will be able to get me the data. This is how things are working. But again, for loop is not going to work with respect to the integer, right? The reason is very simple. It is not iterable. And if something is not iterable, not iterable means you can't even iterate. You can't go through it, right? This is the meaning of iterable. So if something is not iterable, it can't be converted into a iterator, and hence for loop is not going to or even this one is giving you error here itself. Next is not going to work for me, right? Next is not going to basically work for me. So this is just for the understanding purpose, guys. Nothing more. So again, this is just for the understanding purpose, that how for loop is internally working for me, and then how it is able to bring a data. If I'm going to do next of L once again, it is going to call stop iteration. And this is what for loop does. So we had 3 things inside my list: Sudh, Kumar, Euron. So one by one, it is able to bring me a data, and then I've called next one more time, and it has called stop iteration. So by default, for loop knows that what is a total length which I have to traverse basically. So this is just for the understanding purpose, like I said, for a for loop, that this is how for loop is internally working. Like I said, no one is going to ask you a question, and in general, barely you will end up using this maybe in your lifetime inside a real time coding. But yeah, like inside Python, it's available. So I thought of like discussing with all of you. Is it error or what? It's kind of an exception, you can say. So stop iteration kind of a error or exception it is trying to throw me in a real time. Okay. So this is basically a iterator. Now let's go to the next part, and let's try to talk about maybe a generator. So iterator is something which I can iterate with the help of for loop, but if object is iterable, then only I can convert it into a iterator. Yeah, then only I can convert it into a iterator. Now here, we have been talking about a range function. So range function means it will try to generate some data, right? So if I'm going to hover my mouse over here, so basically it says that I will be able to, generate a data the way you will be looking for, right? Depends like, what is my lower bound, what is my upper bound, and I'll just give you the data. Simple. Now, if I have to create a similar kind of a function which will be able to generate a data when called, see, just observe one thing over here. So by default, if I'm calling range, it is returning me its object, right? It is returning me as object, not a data. If I have to see a data, I have to execute it inside maybe a list, or maybe I have to call a range inside a loop. Then only it will be able to yield a data. And that is the reason it's called as generator function, generator kind of a function. So which will be able to produce a data one by one for me. Simple, right? Now, similar kind of a function, if I have to write, so which will be able to give me a data not when executed, but when asked, right? So whenever I'm going to ask, then only it should give me a data. So I can try to write basically a generator function. Generator function I can try to write, and with the help of that, I will be able to uh, get that data. But I think I should not talk about it, because before that I should talk about a function. Maybe most of you will not be able to understand. Uh, okay, leave that part. I'll try to talk about generator uh, after function, means in between functions basically, because first of all you have to understand return, then only you can understand a yield part. So forget about that part, guys. Not explaining you generator for now. I'll explain you generator with functions. Okay. So any question so far? So probably tomorrow we'll try to explain you. This is what I mean, because I have to explain you return first. Then only you can understand there is a keyword called as yield keyword, which converts any function into a generator function. So the way range is working. So similar kind of function based on my own condition, if I have to create, I can create it. Okay, so no one is having any kind of a doubt. I think we have discussed a lot. Yeah, I don't want to start now. I can start with the function, but I don't want to start. Maybe like we can start fresh tomorrow. Yeah, everyone, shall we start today, or like we can go till tomorrow? Tomorrow fresh will be better. Okay, so function, because I have to start function now. So I already talked about a for loop and then while loop, then break and then continue. Iterator, iterable, I have already discussed. Pattern, I told you last class that I am going to discuss it. So I have already discussed the pattern part. So yeah, function I would like to start. So that is a fresh chapter. Let's start function tomorrow. In that chapter, so obviously we'll talk about a like a generator, how I can create my own custom generator function. By default, we are using a generator function. Range is a kind of a generator function, but how to create my own, we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay, fine. Then it's tomorrow, guys. So what we can do, we can start taking a couple of questions, and before we'll close the class. So yeah, if you have any kind of a doubt, question, if you would like to share your screen, raise hand. If not, then we'll go for the closer. Okay, Chitranjan, go ahead. Yeah, Chitranjan,
Hello.
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sir, very good, good evening. Thank you so
Good,
much.
good
Actually,
evening.
I have a question regarding, as I told you that the
Mm-hmm.
assignment was very tough. So I tried to solve within myself, but it was not possible anyhow. So I took a help of AI. Then I tried to understand. Then I was trying to solve. So it is the right way to solve the question or try to solve question on my own. So
No, no, no.
that was
So
my
don't.
almost.
So see, give a try, give a attempt. Right. If you are able to solve it, it's completely fine. Otherwise, try to take a help from AI. Don't do a copy and paste. Even if you're trying to take a help from AI, type it by yourself at least for 1 month. After that, so you can do a copy paste directly. It's completely fine. But unless and until you are not able to build a confidence, right? And if your fingers are not able to do a sync up with your brain, that okay, I'll think and I'll write. Till then, do not copy and paste. Take a help from AI. That's completely okay. I don't have any kind of a issue. You can do a Google search. No one is doing Google search nowadays. It's like everything is like AI search nowadays. So yeah, that's okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah. Kalpesh, go ahead.
Sir, can you just explain what's the difference between loop and for while loop?
There is no big differences. So in case of for loop, it never checks a condition. Simple. If there is a iterable object, it will start running it. In case of for loop, sorry, in case of while loop, it will check a condition first. If condition is true, I'll go into the execution. Means I'll go into a body of while loop. If condition is not true, I will not even go into that. So while loop is basically a condition based loop. So you have to write always your code in terms of a condition. In case of for,
That was my understanding. Yeah,
hmm,
that was my understanding for this while loop also, because
hmm,
you explained this to break and continue. तो आई वॉज
hmm.
लाइक कि वाइल लूप में कंडीशन होगा एंड फोर लूप में कंडीशन कुछ होगा नहीं खास खास ऐसा,
Hmm.
मतलब होगा लेकिन अगर
नहीं नहीं
देंगे
नहीं नहीं
तो,
नहीं, सो
लेकिन
एंट्री सी
उससे
अंदर अंदर आप कंडीशन लिख रहे हो वो अलग है। जो अंदर का आपका कंडीशन है ना, इफ एल्स आप लिख रहे हो फॉर के अंदर या वाइल के अंदर, दैट इज डिफरेंट। एंट्री करने के लिए कंडीशन, सो फॉर लूप में इंटर होने के लिए कोई कंडीशन नहीं होता है। अंदर तो आप फॉर के अंदर भी आप लाइक हजारों आप इफ एल्स काइंड ऑफ
ओके।
लिखोगे, कंडीशंस लिखोगे ही लिखोगे। अगर आपको डेटा प्रोसेस करना है तो फॉर के अंदर भी आप लिखोगे, वाइल के अंदर भी आप लिखोगे, राइट। एंड दिस इज समथिंग दैट वी हैव डन इन आवर क्लास। बट एंट्री पॉइंट के टाइम में फॉर लूप कभी भी कंडीशन चेक नहीं करता है। बेसिकली वहां पर वो खुद ही फॉर आई इन, सो अगर वो आई उसमें है, अगर वो ट्रू है तो चलो आप एग्जीक्यूट कर लो, मतलब वो इटरेबल अगर ऑब्जेक्ट में है, अगर वो वैलिड है तो उसको एग्जीक्यूट कर लो। वाइल लूप क्या करता है, वाइल लूप ट्रू एंड फॉल्स मांगता है उसके पहले, मतलब
हम्म
कंडीशन पहले चेक करता है।
या
ठीक है,
एंड
अंदर तो आप दोनों जगह लिखते हो कंडीशन ना, वो तो डिपेंड करता है कि मेरा लॉजिक मेरे को क्या लॉजिक इंप्लीमेंट करना है, वो तो वाइल हुआ फॉर हुआ उससे क्या ही फर्क पड़ेगा।
ओके। एंड सर जो अपने इसमें परसेंटेज का जो मीनिंग क्या होगा, मतलब
उसका
बिफोर हमने अभी परसेंट कोई यूज नहीं किया, लेकिन इसमें
क्या
इसका
बात
यूज
क्या क्या,
मतलब
क्या बात कर रहे हैं, बहुत बार यूज किया हमने। आई थिंक हम लोगों ने लाइक लास्ट क्लास भी यूज किया था, लास्ट क्लास में भी यूज किया था। देखिए परसेंटाइल का मतलब कुछ नहीं होता है, रिमाइंडर होता है। तो अगर आपके पास 10 है, आप 10 को भागा दीजिएगा 3 से, तो शेषफल क्या आएगा।
अच्छा डिवाइडर हो गया, मतलब
नहीं
इट्स
नहीं, मतलब
डिवाइड।
नहीं, डिवाइडर नहीं हुआ, रिमाइंडर हुआ। 10 को 3 से भाग दीजिएगा तो क्या बचेगा रिमाइंडर।
तो 3.33 समथिंग बचेगा।
ना ना, रिमाइंडर क्या बचेगा, 10 को 3 से भाग दीजिएगा तो रिमाइंडर क्या बचेगा।
10 को 3 से भाग देंगे तो
3
थ्री
तिहाई
पॉइंट
9 प्लस 1, तो एक बचेगा ना। 3 से भाग दिएगा तो शेषफल भागफल
अच्छा
शेषफल
अच्छा
बचेगा ना।
समझा, मतलब रिमाइंडर मतलब अच्छा
रिमाइंडर
उस
एग्जैक्टली,
एस्पेक्ट है,
बचपन में पढ़े थे ना हम लोग
उस
शेषफल।
एस्पेक्ट।
हाँ शेषफल
हाँ
हिंदी
हाँ
में बोलते हैं
ओके
ना।
ओके
ठीक
दैट।
है, तो रिमाइंडर क्या
ओके
बचेगा, एक
ओके।
बचेगा, राइट।
वन
ये,
वन
ये
वन बचेगा बराबर।
हाँ, तो ये रिमाइंडर देता है आपको, आप करके यहाँ देख लो, आप यहाँ पर ना कोड के अंदर लिख लो, मतलब लिख हम ही लिख देते हैं, रुकिए।
सर क्या ट्रैवल कर रहा हूँ ना, तो ये एक बार मैंने रिवीजन नहीं किया, तो मुझे थोड़ा
कोई
सा
बात नहीं,
डाउट
कोई
है।
बात नहीं। ठीक है, आ गया 1।
यस यस यस,
ठीक है,
गॉट इट सर, गॉट
एग्जैक्टली,
इट।
हाँ तो ये ओके सो फाइन। अफीफा गो अहेड विद द क्वेश्चन।
Yeah, good evening, sir.
या गुड इवनिंग।
My question is regarding format function. Can you please explain it once inside print statement?
ओके, सो फॉर्मेटिंग बेसिकली, राइट, सो
Yeah,
फॉर्मेट फंक्शन और एफ स्ट्रिंग,
as string.
एफ स्ट्रिंग, राइट।
Yeah,
Okay, let me explain it to you. So see, let's suppose I have I is equal to 0, something like this, right? I have I is equal to 0. Now, so I can try to maybe print, basically print here I. So it will try to print as it is, right? Whatever data that we have, it is going to print it. Now I can try to even parameterize it. Let's suppose I value is basically like a changing, right? I value is changing, and I would like to maybe write in this manner that print my value of I is something, right? In between this string, I would like to print my value of I. So in this way, I'm able to print it 0, right? My value of 0 is, or my value, let me write a correct sentence. So my value is I. Let's suppose this one. Will it be able to invoke I?
no.
No. So how I will be able to make it as a part of string?
Outside
So I
this,
can try to basically parameterize it by writing a curly braces, open and close. Here I will write I. Is it going to work for me? Again, no. Why? Because I have to make this entire string as a formatted string. So to do that, I can put F so that it will be able to understand that in runtime, I have to replace this with what? The value of
variable
I,
value.
right? Execute. Can I say I'm able to get 0 over here?
Yeah,
Yeah. So this is one way of writing. There is another way. Same thing, right? Same thing, I'll do it. So here, let's suppose I'm writing my value is, let's suppose I have to write, right? So I can try to give a placeholder and then I can try to call a subsequent format function. So this f which I have appended over here, now it's working in this manner. So I have just like, called format I. So in a runtime, what it will do, so it will try to replace this placeholder with which value? With this format I value. So now you will be able to get the exact same result. My value is what? 0. Where 0 is coming? From this function. I can even try to put multiple places. So my value is this, and again this, again this. So multiple placeholder, right? Now, if I'm going to execute it, it is giving me an error. Why? Because I have created three placeholders. But for how many placeholder I'm giving a value?
One.
One. So maybe I can try to make it like I comma I over here. 0, 0, 0. Yeah. Here 0, here 0, here 0. In a runtime, maybe I can try to replace it with something different. So let's suppose I'm creating three variable. Name variable I'm going to create. Name, company, Euron I'm going to create, and then maybe age, something like this I can create. So here I can try to like, write maybe like if I would like to print name in a first place, then age in a second place, and in third place company, name, age, company. Yeah. So basically it will try to follow the same sequence, the sequence which I'm trying to maintain over here. So unless and until I'm not like giving a proper name to it, it will just follow this sequence. I can try to give even a proper mapping. So name will come, let's suppose here in last place, age will come in a first place, company will come in a second places. Even I can write in this way. So this is where the formatted string comes into picture. So wherever you have to put something inside a string, between a string, in a runtime, this is where formatted string comes. Maybe in this manner, or maybe by using a formatted function.
Okay. One more question.
Yeah.
Map function in list. How does map work?
Okay. So we have, let's suppose, a list
Input.
over here. So basically, we have to talk about L dot map. So there is a concept called as lambda function. As you have asked me, so let me explain it to you. List object has no attribute. List map. Map generally requires a,
It's regarding the assignment you have given.
yeah.
Input list. While we are reading a list.
Yeah. This is how it will work. See. So here, see.
Okay.
So what has happened? I have not explained you lambda function, by the way. So if you'll go and check, so lambda function is a part of your function chapter. So probably tomorrow we are going to discuss about it, right? But as you have asked me a question, and that is a part of your assignments as well. So what map does? Map does a mapping. Mapping of what? So mapping of data to a function that we have written. So here I have written lambda. I can call some external function as well. So as of now, just try to understand like in a layman way that we are doing what? X to the power 2, right?
Yeah.
Power 2, yes.
Yes.
So basically what it will do, it will go to a list, whatever element that we have, right? It will just try to do a power of 2. Can I say that?
Okay. Yes.
So map is nothing but mapping of an element to a function.
Yeah.
And this is a lambda I have written. I can write even an external function over there. I can call inside the map.
Okay.
Yeah. So tomorrow, I think by the end of like a day, you will be able to even see this kind of examples. Yeah.
Okay. It's a little bit confusing, but okay. Tomorrow.
After tomorrow, I don't think so. You will be
Okay.
comfortable.
Okay. Sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, Dhananjay, go ahead with the question.
Sir, I have one question regarding string. So in
Mm-hmm.
string, I have both characters, single quote and double quote. But I
Hmm.
want to manipulate some specific by using dynamic. Like sometime I want to replace a single quote, and sometime I want to replace double quote. So how I can like make a code like dynamically, which user can enter or like using a for loop.
No, using a for loop means it will break it into a characters, by the way.
Because I have read that data from the Excel file. In Excel file, we can have
Mhm.
anything inside.
So,
So right now, I am using replace double quote to single quote everywhere.
basically, it
And
will change. It will change everything, right? Means it will change.
yeah,
It
but
will
that's not
change.
a good way.
Yes. Okay. So fine. If I have to change single quote to double quote, dynamic manner, right?
Yeah,
So
somewhere it will be single quote and somewhere it will be double quote. And I
mm,
want to do some manipulation.
then you have to go ahead with the conditions. Basically, condition is the only way, because the replace function you have to call anyhow, but inside a condition that if there is a single quote and not a double quote, because at the time single quote can exist or double quote can exist inside a string.
Hmm.
Both can't coexist, right? So inside a single string,
No, it can exist also. Like we are working in material industry, so we have like a feet or like a inch. So double quote and single quote can exist in a single line.
no. So in that case, you have to break down the lines because this is how you will be write the condition. So for example, if I have maybe like this one, and inside that we have SUDH, and then we have something like S. So at the same point of a time, I can't
Double quote is
use
a,
basically double quote and then S and then double quote, right?
yeah.
So single quote and double quote can't coexist inside, basically. So you have to basically keep it like outside. And to do that, you have to write a condition that if there is a single quote, if there are not a double quote, then convert into this. This means replace.
Sir, I gave you one example, like a size we have.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
in
fine. I
size,
got it. Got it. This one, right?
hmm,
So you have to treat that as a string. But again, both can't coexist. You can't even go with the append, by the way. Mm,
that's a problem. Like when I'm processing a file at beginning layer, I am going to convert everything in one symbol.
okay, let me write it down in this manner then. So you have basically one and then single quote and then two and then you have a double quote here.
Double quote. Yeah.
Okay. So if and you have to treat that as a string, by the way. Right.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
that's stored
So
in data frame.
that's fine. If I'm able to treat that as a string, I can store it anywhere. So double quote, maybe I can use a escape character. Yeah. So it is trying to put escape character. Uh, here. So this is how, but again, it is like, trying to put
No, replace will very
in,
difficult to.
yeah, I'm just trying to escape this one. And even in this manner, it will not work. Escape character. So this is going to be the wrong format in itself. Escape 2, no, not going to work. No, I can escape only one. No, I can't hold things in this way.
Yeah.
Okay, so here, okay, let me do this thing, print. So print will be able to handle the escape character, this one. This is the data you're looking for, right?
Yes.
So yeah, this is how you can write it down.
So, sir, on top of it, the data I have, I need to run some replace. Like in big companies, we are going to transform data. Like they have like a lot of garbage is
Hmm.
shortened form. So we need to
Got it.
perform that
Hmm.
operations.
Hmm.
So
Hmm. So
that's like
I can call replace on this part. See, this is just a representation, right? I can call a replace in this
yeah.
part. This is just a final like a output which I'm looking for. So wherever I have this kind of a data, right? So I can try to append a
Hmm.
escape character as well.
So just I need to append that symbol and on
Yeah.
top of it,
I'm
I
like,
can do that.
yeah, this is the solution which is coming in my mind as of now. Maybe I'll have to check, but yeah, this is what I can think for now, for this moment, to
Okay.
get your desired like a print output.
No, not print, sir. I need to store everything Excel file. Like they have very big volumes. Like
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, like, if we can handle this, we can handle any amount of data, right? I mean, like,
okay, okay,
this is more or less handling a pattern. So, I mean, like, this is what I can think.
okay.
Maybe I can look into that one more time to check if we can do something better. But yeah, this is my solution for now.
Sir, one more question I have. Like,
Hmm.
I want to fetch data from website. It's something different. I'm
Hmm.
using Selenium, but they have very big like bots to detect and block it. You
Hmm.
can't
Hmm.
fetch data.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
but company has taken permission from their higher management, but they have designed website like that. You can't stop. Like they
Hmm.
can't
Hmm.
disable basically.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
what we can do like to fetch data in very big volumes, like one website can have like a million pages.
So basically you have access of that website. Is it like a permission that you have
Uh,
taken from the website owner?
yes, like you can do website scraping. That
No, no.
permission we took,
Okay, so
but
you
they
already.
can't disable that feature for you specifically.
Okay, so they
That's
are
not
telling you that, okay, fine. So they are not going to disable the feature for this one.
bot feature.
Okay, so if it is blocking you, in that case, basically you can try to use a proxy. Generally, what we do, so we keep on changing because it is going to block one IP addresses, and if we have to fetch, because it's a one-time job, so in that situation, what we do, so we keep on jumping the proxies so that their bot will not be able to identify same IP address
Yeah.
again and again and again. That is one of the
The
solutions.
problem is that when we are working on 1 million record, so
Hmm.
I have used Linux system on top of it. I have used VPN, but
Hmm.
it took more than a month
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
process that data.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
we can use multi-thread. So I have used 5 thread in a one machine. Okay.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
million, it's very big number. And there are n number
Hmm.
of website they have, like more
Hmm.
than
Hmm.
20,000 website we need to scrap.
So I don't think
So
that you have a permission in that situation.
means
So I don't think that you have a permission in that situation for all those 20,000 website.
a lot of website we get
I mean, like
permission, but some
basically those are the open website, right? I don't think that anyone will go and like take a permission for 20,000 website from anyone. Uh, so I think it's like you are trying to do a scrapping in general. Your management has just given a permission that okay, go and scrap it. This is what my
but it's
understanding
written
is.
in a mail. So like they have
Your management has given a permission, not those 20,000 like a website owner. Obviously, this will be a problem. So you have to use a proxy. That is one of the way. Selenium is not going to solve your problem. So again, don't even
that
try.
what will be the fastest way to scrap it? Like
Fastest way to scrap it. Let me tell you one thing we have been using long back. Uh,
I'm not sure. I'm not able to paste a code, small code over here. I can show you what I did.
okay. We have been using one scrapper. Let me find out if I have that in my mail or somewhere. That was good, but again, they're going to block you basically if a website is not going to permit. So even that will get blocked. So we were using. Let me check. No, fine. That I can understand. So this Selenium WebDriver that you're using, right? So before AI,
Yeah,
we have
with
been using this a lot, but nowadays we are not using it. I think 6 months back there was some requirement came to us, and we had to do a scrapping. I'm just trying to like search that one. It was a very famous one 6 months back, but I'm not able to recall its name for now.
is it open source type?
No,
Anyone
no,
can use
it's
it.
a paid one. It was a paid one actually. We have paid a like a very heavy amount for that. It's a paid
Oh,
one.
I don't think company is going to allow like it's
Okay,
all
okay, okay. But yeah, Selenium and all those things are not going to work. It will work well if website is open to scrap. If something is not open to scrap, no one can do anything. Very simple.
Sir, I have one question like Chat GPT or any AI model can how they can scrap any structure of website easily.
No, no, no. So they are only scrapping it. So if it is allowed, otherwise, no one will be able to scrap it. Basically.
No, there is one website I can tell you right away which I scrap. Okay, they have lot of permission, a lot.
I
If
mean,
you
like
are going to
if there is a permission, then only they can scrap, right? Otherwise, how it can scrap?
no, this website, if you are going to scrap it, they require permission. Like bot will going to detect, but ChatGPT is going to do whatever you want, like data scrapping. It's
So
doing automatic.
ChatGPT must have an access because they are sitting on a billion. So they have already paid a lot to the internet and to other people to acquire the data. Many people. So even Perplexity. So Perplexity has paid a lot, even to publishers, authors, and I would say like a lot of website holders. So they have already made a lot of payment. Even to a Google, they have made a lot of payment. They have a data. They have a legit data. They have a lot of access basically. They're spending billions because their entire industry depends upon like their data part, right? Otherwise, how ChatGPT kind of a model can be built if they don't have a data, right? So they have already spent a billion. Obviously, they will be having even Perplexity is having a lot of like scrapping rights. They've already taken.
But sir, like how they are going to identify what object is there? Like if
Basically,
they are going to.
yeah, they're scrapping the entire website HTML pages, and after that, they are trying to do a summarization.
Okay.
Just,
So
just,
is there
in, just do one thing in general. Try to scrap on anything, right? And then try to put that into a GPT kind of a system. You will be able to see that it is able to understand. For example, uh, I'll show you quick example here itself. So let's suppose I'm going to Euron. Right click, inspect.
पढ़ाई कर
Sorry, not.
I know.
पापा
So
पढ़ा रहे
right click and view page
View
source.
source code.
Right? This is the page source. Now let's suppose I'm going to just copy blindly. I'm going to copy it. Right? And then I'll just go to maybe like chat GPT. So
Sir, I
maybe,
got it. I also going to
yeah,
do,
so
but
yeah, so
lot of time it doesn't work.
no,
Like,
it always works. It always works because their model, GPT model or any such models, right? They are very, very good. So if I'm going to
sir, they
paste this
are
one,
using some website use JavaScript, so they are going to call it when it will be executed at the
yeah,
runtime.
from a server side basically.
Yes,
So
basically. So
everything will
that
not be available on a client side, but whatever is available in a client side, see, it is able to like rephrase it.
so there is no quick way to do that.
No, no, no. Either you need a permission or else like it is not allowed. But you can't expect
No.
that like this 10,000 website. That is not possible.
Okay. Yeah, that's my question, sir. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Okay, next, Venkat, go ahead, please.
Sir, can you please summarize when to use the for loop and when to use the while loops in real time?
Not there's nothing called as real time. So anywhere you can use. So wherever I have to go through some iterable object and I have to extract the data, I can use both. Any of these. I can use while. I can use for loop. Both. Simple. The way we write a for and the way we write a while loop is different, right? So we always try to start while with a condition and for without a condition because it is anyhow checking those things inside your iterable object. But yeah, so there is no hard and fast that you should use while here and for here. Wherever I have to go through and data, I can just go through it. I can use any of these. Both the loops will work all the time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so fine, guys. That's it from my side. Okay, so next one, Iana Madala. Yeah, go ahead, please. Okay, you can unmute yourself. I think you are on mute. Yeah, go to the question. Assignment will be uploaded inside your dashboard. So most probably by late night or maybe by tomorrow morning, you will be able to see the assignments. Not immediately. Yeah. Okay, so fine, guys. With that, thank you so much. Take care. See you again, same time, 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. IST. Iterator and iterable differences. So, iterable is basically a kind of a object which I can try to parse one by one, index wise, you can say, right? So, that object definition wise is called as iterable object, but you will not be able to parse it unless and until you are not converting it into a iterator object. That's a difference. Okay, fine, guys. Thank you so much. Take care. See you again tomorrow, 7 p.m. IST.